this haircut for a game? That's...
I would die. It's a heat stroke. I didn't practice today, so that's why I was down.
You stuck with us as your punishment, huh?
No, my mom was really happy I didn't practice so that I could wear makeup and do my hair.
Welcome.
All right, so you guys continue to win, but James kind of talked about it, just different ways to win. And are you guys seeing that too? That it's obviously a team effort, but just different kind of ways that you guys are winning these days.
Yeah, we have so many different options on our team, which is really nice. That's one thing that you realize even more, like now, because you start at the beginning of the year and you're like, okay, we got to take away Megan. Okay, fine, Hodge is going to score. Okay, we got to take away Kersey. All right, Jay's going to score. Okay, we're going to take away Jay. We have so many people that can step into that role, and it's funny to see, a lot of teams have people that average, okay, she averages 17, she averages 10, she averages 8. Our team is so even. One game somebody will have 18, next game a different person will have 18. It's just whoever can score that game is going to score that game. Whoever you want to take away, we have someone else.
As a senior, you gotta like how this season for your final year at Humboldt is going so far.
Yeah, you just gotta take it one game at a time, and the good Lord willing, it'll all work out.
Tell me just how enjoyable this has been, though, with the winning streak you just have at this point, just one loss.
It's nice. You try not to think about it, honestly. People are like, oh, what do you guys whatever know now? And you're like, oh, yeah, we're 8-0. But we don't think of it that way. You just kind of, every game, one down, one to go.
Would be, top of the conference right now. Do you guys feel like that bullseye, some of the numbers, there's that bullseye right now?
Oh, always. We were thinking back earlier today to when, I think it was my freshman year when we played UCSD and they were 20-0 or whatever, and every game, everybody, you knew who was playing UCSD and you were like, oh, that's going to be a good game, or, they might be able to do it. So it's that's probably how people are thinking of us now.
Well, you guys, I'm sure, happy to be home this week and taking on East Bay, and just talk about what needs to go right to continue to get another win on Thursday.
East Bay actually does a matchup zone, so they're a little different. We haven't seen that too much this year, so we're going to have to be able to break that to be successful this weekend. That's their primary defense, so we're going to be seeing that all weekend, Thursday.
Have you seen facing opponents that they're changing anything up, that you guys prepare for something, but it's something different, or is it pretty much what is expected facing these CC2A opponents?
Yeah, I mean, we scout really well. Skip does a really good job with our scouts, and Jody as well. And they prepare us really well for every game. We're pretty prepared for what's going to happen to us. Like I said, sometimes they try to take a certain person away or take a certain action away, but we have a lot of weapons, we have a lot of options. So if something's not working, we just move to the next thing.
This weekend happened to be, talk about how anyone can score any given night. This weekend was kind of your weekend. How did that, come about for all of a sudden, you're dropping 18 and 17 in back-to-back games?
I made shots. It just happens sometimes.
I was looking at your season's numbers, and there's a lot of ebbs and flows like that, where you have two games where you're 15, 16, whatever, and then it'll kind of be down. And how do you handle those ebbs and flows of the season?
Again, having all the different people that can score makes it so much easier. There's not as much pressure on a specific person to score. You're not sitting there going, Megan, you have to have a 20-point game for us to win. Kersey, you have to have, it's more like, okay, Kersey's not scoring today. Oh, look who is, Hodge, there's, or Nika or whoever. Just the ability to not feel pressure to score makes it way easier.
So you don't mind, some games you only get 3 shots off, and some games you'll get, like it does, and that really doesn't.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. I think it just comes with the flow. We're a veteran team, no one's like, I didn't get enough shots today, or anything like that. A lot of times you don't even notice. Like some games, I'll look at the stat sheet and I'll be like, oh, shot 4 times today, or like this weekend I shot 10 both games. So it just fluctuates. Whatever they're leaving open, whatever they're trying to take away.
You're the only senior to have been here all 4 years. The other ones are transfers. How has that experience being here all 4 years helped you, and have you been able to kind of help the younger players with that? Yeah,
I think mostly gauging how Jody and Skip are feeling. At any given time. You come in, you're like, guys, not today, or certain things like that's going to set her off. You should probably stop doing that. or just little things
Right.
that like people might not know,
Mhm.
little nuances and things like that.
Sure.
I think that's the biggest.
Try to save your teammates from getting into
Yes.
too much trouble.
Save us all.
In your career here, like a couple years ago, you were on a team that went 60-16.
Mhm.
Now to be in the middle of a season like this, what's it like to be seemingly ending your career here on what's turning out to be such a high note?
Yeah, it's always good to go out with a bang. Everybody wants to go out on top, and the people that Skip brought in, in the last few years have been fantastic. The recruiting for the last few years has just been, awesome, and you can see it in our production this year.
And does this season mean anything more to you, being that it's your last? Is there any sentimental value to it?
Yeah, it's the last ones. Thinking about after season, the seniors, we have those talks every once in a while. JV likes to bring it up after every game about how this is it.
She's almost ready for tears.
And and we talk about how it's going to be weird in spring not having workouts and not going to open gyms and it's no mandatory lifting.
Mm-hmm.
How we're all going to get fat, but that's beside the point. But yeah, it's just sentimental and sad that this is it. But it's exciting to go.
Is